Hey guys, Benji at Dreamworks. I want to take a couple minutes today to talk to you about the different window tint options that we offer your vehicle. Starting out here, we've got our display, our heat box, so you can actually visually see how the heat reacts with the sheet. So what we have up first is a piece of glass with no window tint at all. We've got a halogen bulb inside the box, which is going to simulate sunlight, so what you would actually feel in your car with no tint at this point. We'll turn that on, and if you watch, the heat sheet responds really quickly to the heat because there's nothing really to stop it, and it actually spreads out and covers the vast majority of that sheet very, very quickly. So if you notice, there's not a lot of time that passes when you really start to feel the heat because there's nothing there to protect you. This is pretty common on most all new vehicles. There's really no tint for heat on the car. There's some for UV protection, but not much for actual heat. If we spin this box around and we get to our entry-level film, which is our Carbon series, it's one step above a standard dyed film that some shops offer. This is a really good option for someone who wants a nice look, but is not so concerned about the heat factor. So we'll turn that on now. We'll see how it responds to the heat sheet. And if you notice, it responds very similarly to having no tint at all. So from an infrared heat standpoint, it's going to respond about the same as no tint. However, you do notice that the light itself is a little dimmer because the tint darkens the glass. And if you actually put your hand in front of it, it actually feels about the same as if no tint. So for someone that, again, is looking for a nice look on their car, maybe has an older vehicle, something like that, this is a really great option. This does carry the lifetime warranty that SunTech offers on legal film. So it's a good option for an entry-level film that'll perform well and last a long time. If we move along, we'll switch over here. This is our mid-grade film, and this is actually the CXP, which is the carbon ceramic hybrid. The difference, if you're a numbers person, the difference in the carbon ceramic versus the standard Carbon series, you're gonna almost double the amount of infrared heat rejection. You're gonna go from about 40% on the Carbon series to about 75% on most of the CXP films. So we'll turn the light on again here, and what we'll notice at this point, a couple things. One, it takes longer for the heat sheet to actually respond to the heat because the film is actually blocking more of it. Two, if you notice, it doesn't spread out nearly as fast, and that's because the film is absorbing and rejecting more of the heat than the heat sheet itself will. We got legal film on our box, so it is blocking out a pretty decent amount of the light, but it blocks out more heat than the Carbon. And then finally, we'll move over to our ceramic. Now, ceramic, most folks know, is the top of the line. It's the best of the best. This is going to be for your cars that you want to get the maximum performance out of. It's going to block the most infrared heat. It's going to be about 85%, which means cooler interior temperatures, less heat on your skin and on your interior panels as you're driving. Your air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard because the interior is already cooler. And we'll flip the light on now. And even putting your hand in front, you literally cannot feel any heat coming out of this box. If we watch the heat sheet, it actually takes about 10 to 12 seconds to even get a response, which means that it's blocking a ton of heat that would come off that halogen bulb normally. Something else I'll point out too, if you notice the center color, it never really gets dark or black on this particular one because it's not, there's not that much heat there. Whereas if you noticed on like the Carbon or the no tint, the center of that heat sheet got black again because it had a lot of heat absorption there. The ceramic film, it's the top of the line, it's the best of the best. It is the most expensive, however, it's going to perform the best. So on a newer car, a car that you plan on keeping for a while, if you do the math, it's just a couple dollars a month difference over the Carbon, and on a brand new car, it would make a world of difference in the performance and the feel and your comfort in driving. Feel free to stop by, take a look at this display. We'll be glad to go over any of this stuff with you again. We'll show you all the breakdown that we just showed. You can actually physically feel the heat at that point, which is obviously a good option for most folks because you can really get a true gauge of how it's going to feel coming through your glass. Just to reiterate also, we do tint every single day. Sometimes we can even offer same-day service. Give us a call, we'll be glad to set up an appointment. We keep all these films in stock in most different VLTs, so we can get you fixed up on whatever you need.